Gentlemen wise, coming in at number 48 on the top 50 necktie knots, this is the Penrose knot. We made a list, we checked it twice, we found the knots that are nice. So for this knot, you're going to need your shirt on, your collar up, you got your beard tucked in to the collar. It's a unique problem for those of us with beards. You're going to need a necktie, solid colors with simple patterns. Do better with this knot. I like to have mine where the wide end is on the right side. And you'll also need a coin. I have a quarter here in honor of George Washington. You can use any coin you want if you have a special coin. As you've seen in the thumbnail, the coin goes right in the center of the knot. Okay, so I like to start with the wide end couple inches above my belt. And all you do is I use my left hand, cross it over, and then use my right to cross the skinny end over the wide end. And just like the Trinity, you go under the back of the wide end and then up and through the hole between your necktie and your neck. Okay? And get that good and tight. That's the center of the knot. Almost all knots have a center. You always kind of want the center pretty good and tight. And now the knot actually changes a little bit from the Trinity because we want to pinch the skinny end, and we pinch it and then wrap it in front of the center piece. Like so. I leave a little bit of space there because we're going to need it. And you keep it pinched and wrap it up through the hole between your necktie and your neck. You see how, when I say pinched, I mean folded. You see how that piece is folded? I have the back of the fold a little bit higher than the front of the fold. That's important. So you want to make sure that that stays folded all the way around. And now the tricky part is to get the skinny end through the front piece and keep it folded. That's where it gets complicated because you can see it tries to unfold itself. But if you take it slow, make sure that fold sticks. You can just kind of guide the fold. Now you'll notice I took the skinny end and I wrapped it around the back of the wide end now. If you're doing this right, we're almost there, but I wrapped that folded piece, the skinny piece, around the back. And now I need to put the skinny end up and through this left piece while not losing that fold. Okay, so now we essentially have it tied, and this skinny end, you tuck it in your collar eventually. But before we do that, I just want to get this nice and tightened. And I like to keep the back fold showing a little bit. So just make sure that the back fold is showing as I tighten it. And you'll notice that if I pull on the top piece, it will tighten. Pull on the back of the top piece, it will tighten the bottom piece. And if I pull on the back of the right piece, it will tighten the left piece. And so you just want to get it as tight as need be, given the coin you're going to put in the center. If you have a big coin, you'll leave it a little bit more loose. If you have a smaller coin, you'll tighten it up a little bit. And at this point, I just like to tuck in the skinny end, tighten the wide end, And we are almost done. Sometimes on the wide end you'll lose your dimple if you're not careful. I haven't figured out a great way to save the dimple. It kind of takes like two hands. You almost need like two people to do it. But if you lose the dimple, you can always just kind of fold, push your thumb up behind the wide end and flatten it out a bit. It's better to keep the dimple, and you can kind of wiggle it back and forth to make the dimple again if it's that important to you. But yeah, so there's our knot, and now all you have to do is you take your coin, good old George, and you just slip him right in the pocket that you've created there. Make sure he's behind all the folds, and I like to center him a little bit. Center him behind all the folds. Make sure he's right side up, and voila, there you have it. A perfect Penrose knot with a beautiful coin. If you need to tighten it down a little bit too, you can, so that he sits in there better, more secure. And with that, that is the Penrose knot. Hopefully you got that knot your first time. If not, no big deal. There's always a second time. Check out mynicetie.com. We got accessories, we got neckties. Everything supports a good cause. Everything changes the world, one necktie at a time. These videos will be coming out this year every week, and it takes a lot of work. So if you found this useful, hit a button on the page. Any button you feel that we've earned, hit it. Let me show you how to hit. Hit it. Here it is. That's right. Hit those buttons.